welcome back to the channel. And this is going to be my entire phone collection, and laptop collection, and tablet collection, and also other devices, so basically all my tech. So let's just get started. So this is my phone collection. I have way more phones than this. I'm going to do multiple batches of these, but my best phones are my iPhone 8 Plus. This is usually my main camera. It's in mint condition. It's a 64 gig on iOS 12.2. And it's just a great phone. I'll take off the Apple case. And this is a genuine Apple silicone case. It's kind of broken. But here's my 8 Plus. It's just an amazing phone. Put back the case. Here's my Google Pixel 2 XL. It's kind of smudged up, but it works perfectly. And sorry for the weird lighting, because there's a ton of sun outside. But this one works perfectly with no issues. It's on Android 9. I'll turn up the brightness. But it's on Android 9. It works perfectly with no issues, and it's a great phone. And I have a Tech 21 case. Here's a Galaxy S7 Active. I got this for 40 bucks on eBay. And it has a great screen besides just one pink line, which is barely noticeable. And it has a spec case on it. And if I take off the case, it's kind of hard to take off. But here's the phone. It has a rubber back and metal sides, and just feels like a really good phone, and a great deal for 40 bucks. And I am going to do a full review on this phone in the future. So maybe either tomorrow or the day after. Here's my LG G6. I think this one is reset since I'm going to sell it in a few days, so I just went ahead and reset it. It's an LG G6 Thin Q. I got it for free from the Target bin. I haven't really used this phone that much since I have better phones like this one or my 8 Plus to use. And it's my only LG phone, which is kind of funny. So I might buy another LG phone pretty soon. Here's my Galaxy S7 Edge. This one works perfectly too. I also found this on Target bin, probably my best Target bin find ever. And sorry for the weird camera thing, it's just the camera refresh rate. And here's the phone. It has a spec case on it. I'll take it off. And here's the phone. It's in perfect condition. It only has a few scratches on it, but otherwise it's a great phone. I use this phone a lot, especially for like Spotify and YouTube, since it has a really good screen. I'll go ahead and unlock it. And here's the phone. I'll just go ahead and move on to my next batch of phones. So here's my second batch of phones. The first phone is my iPhone 5C. It's a green 5C 32 gig on iOS 10.3.3. And it's 1%. Sorry. Just my notifications and stuff. But it's a green 32 gig 5C on iOS 10.3.3. And it's just died. So I have to recharge that again. And here's a OnePlus 3T. I don't think I've ever made a video on this thing yet. But I got it for $55 on Mercari. And it's a really decent phone. I've been using this quite a lot, and it's really fast on Android 9.0. And it runs Oxygen OS 9.0, and it's really good. And it's a OnePlus 3T. I'll take off the case. Here it is. And I got this case for like $5 on eBay. And it's a pretty decent case. It's like a flip cover case. Here's a Galaxy J3. I found in Tech Hauls number 4 a couple days ago. It does work perfectly. I've been using it a little bit, but I probably won't use it that much since it's shattered. And I have ordered a new screen for this. That's going to be coming pretty soon. I'll probably be replacing it. And just buying a case for this, and I'll have a fully working Galaxy J3 Prime. This one's on AT&T, and it's a 16 gig. My next phone is an iPhone 4. This one is also kind of dying. It has an in case on it. It's an 8 gig on iOS 7. It has an in case on it, and it's jailbroken, and I have a ton of apps on it. And I really like this phone. I found it inside a Target bin a couple days ago. Not days, sorry, a couple months ago. And probably the best phone in this thing, like the best phone in this batch, is the S9 Plus. Here's my Galaxy S9 Plus. It works perfectly. It's a 64 gig on Android 9.0. The only issue is if I take off the back cover, it's cracked, but that's totally fine. I'll just buy a new back for it, and I'll have a fully working S9 Plus. Like, it is fully working, but it just needs a new back cover, and it's a great phone. I use this almost every day, and this is probably my third most used phone, after my iPhone XS, 8 Plus, and then this. I'll move on to the third batch number 4. These are mostly dumb phones. Like, here's a Microsoft Kin 2. I found this in tech haul number 2. I think it is charged. I'm not sure. But this one does work. If I try to turn it on, you can see my iPhone XS in there. But maybe this is just dead, but if you watch tech haul number 2, you'll see this thing work. It's a pretty bad phone, but I just kept it, and I just, like, threw away the rest of them. Since I got, like, 5 of these phones, I just threw away the rest of them. Since I only need, like, one phone of one type. I got this iPod Touch 2nd generation. This is probably my first device that I ever got. I got this back in 2010, so it's like 9 years old. It's in decent condition, except for a few scratches, and it works perfectly. I usually use the iPod so much, but now it's pretty useless, and the only thing I can really do is listen to music on it. And it does work, it's just dead. Sorry. Here's this Motorola. This one should be charged, I think. And it is charged. It's a Motorola Moto Q. It's on Sprint. And it's a Windows mobile phone, so pretty cool. And I got this in tech haul number 1. Here's another Moto Q. This is like a different model. This is the 2nd generation. This is the 1st generation. This one's still turning on, but this one does work. If I try to turn it on here. This one's just dead, but if you watch tech haul number 1, you'll see this one turn on. This one is working. And then I have this phone. This is a Pocket PC. No, not Pocket PC, sorry. It's a Palm phone. It's a Palm Treo of some type. I forgot a type. Actually, I'll just take off the back cover and show you the model number. It's a Treo 700. I'll put back the battery and this thing, and this one, it works perfectly. Actually, I take that back. Like, it does not work perfectly. The battery is completely dead. And it does show signs of life, but the battery is dead, and I can't really use it unless I get a new battery for it. And the last one is this Motorola Razr. It's pink. It's my favorite flip phone of all time, basically, because it's just so nice. It's super thin, and it's just such a great design. And I really like the pink one, and it's my favorite color of Motorola Razr. This one is going to be dead, I think. This one's dead, but it does work. And it's on Verizon. Now, like, I finished all the phones, I'll just move on to maybe some other phones that I forgot, or iPods and tablets and stuff like that. Here's an iPod Nano 3rd generation. I made a video on this a couple days ago. I think the day before yesterday. But here it is. It does work. If you can see that. I go into music, cover flow. It does work perfectly. I'll turn it off. Here's the Galaxy S3 that I found in tech haul number 3. This one does work. But it's just dead, I think. So just watch tech haul number 3 and you'll see this one turn on. It works perfectly. It's a Galaxy S3. The only issue is that it had a little bit of image burn, which is totally fine. The battery's not bulging. It's just a great phone. And it's my only S3. Here's an iPod Classic 7th generation. I paid $40 for this. It works perfectly. I've been using this device a lot for, like, listening to music and audiobooks and stuff like that. And it's just a great iPod, and I have a ton of stuff on it. Like, yeah. I have over 1,000 songs on this iPod, and the back is in really good condition, actually. Then here's my main camera that I use for recording. I'm recording with my iPhone right now. Here's a Canon PowerShot A2300 HD. It works. And it's a decent camera. It records in 1080p. And it's a pretty good camera. But my iPhone camera is probably going to be better. So I'll just use my iPhone camera since this camera... Like, the photos are really good, but they're not as good as my iPhone. And I'm using an iPhone XS. And here's... This is kind of random, but here's my Apple TV. This is usually under my TV, but I just took it out for this. It's an Apple TV 4K. It works perfectly, with, like, no issues at all. Obviously, it's just an Apple TV. Now I'll move on to some other stuff, like tablets. I have a stack of tablets over here. I'll just go through them individually. Here's my first tablet. It's not really my first tablet, but the first tablet I'm going to show, it's an iPad Air. It's a 32 gig on iOS 12, and it works perfectly. It's an iPad Air first generation, Wi-Fi plus cellular, 32 gig, and I think it's just dead. No, it's not dead. It shows Apple logo. And it's in a life-proof case that's actually really good. And I got this tablet for free from the Target bin. And here it is. I'll let it turn on. I'll move on to this Kindle. I got this Kindle for free from the Target bin. It has a messed up screen, but it does work. It's just a Kindle Paperwhite 3rd generation. Nothing too special. And here's the iPad. It's still turning on. Here's a Nook. I got it for $5 from Value Village. I still have to make a video on this thing. I'm sorry for the weird camera thing. My camera just does that sometimes. Like, there's nothing wrong with the tablet. It's just the camera refresh rate and the screen refresh rate are different. It's kind of complicated, but this Nook, it does work, as you can see. Yeah, it's a great Nook. But it's just a Nook, and it does basic things like watch YouTube videos, like Spotify, stuff like that. It does basic things, but it's a decent tablet for $5, since I got it for Value Village, used for $5, so pretty good. The iPad has turned on. I'll enter my passcode, and here it is. It's only 7%, so it's almost dead. I'll just turn that off to like to conserve battery. Here is a Samsung Galaxy Tab E. This one was my first tablet. I got this a couple years ago. I think it should be charged, and it is charged. The screen is in really good condition. The whole tablet is actually in mint condition. Like no scratches anywhere. And it runs on Android 4.4.4 KitKat. So it's kind of old, but still a decent tablet. And it has this flip cover folio case on it. I'll put in my pin. And here it is. Sorry for the... Actually, I'll just do this. Here it is. That's the tablet. It does work, as you can see. And next I have this $10 tablet I got from Value Village. It's a Novice tablet. It's like a cheap kid's tablet, but for $10, it's definitely worth it. It does work. Besides, yeah, it's just dead. I'll go ahead and charge this, and I'll just make a whole video on this tablet, and a couple other things I got from Value Village. But it's an old tablet. It runs on Android 4.4.2, I think. So a decent tablet for $10, but nothing too good. Then I have another iPad here. This one's an iPad 4. Here it is. It should be, yeah, it's charged, and I'll turn it on here. It's on iOS 10.3.3, 10.3.3, I don't know how to say that, but it's a really good iPad. It's a 16 gig, and yeah. And I am probably going to buy the next iPad Pro when it comes out, since all my tablets are basically really old, besides one of them that I'll get to. Here's another Kindle. This is also Paperwhite. It works. Like, this one is my main Kindle. I have a couple books on this one. And here's my best tablet. This isn't really a tablet, it's kind of more like a laptop, but here's a Surface Go. I got this at retail at Microsoft, at the Microsoft company store, and here it is. Oh no, but it does work. It's just like a Windows 10 tablet. I paid $400 for it, and I got this last year for my birthday. And it's a really decent tablet. And I got a keyboard folio and a pen. And yeah, it does work. I'll move on to laptops now. So here's my oldest laptop. This is a Toshiba. It's really old. It's on Windows XP. I just made a video about this, so just watch the video, and you'll learn more about this laptop. It's a pretty cool laptop, and it's just really old. I'll move this one. Then my next laptop is my best laptop. It's my MacBook Pro. This is a 2017 MacBook Pro. I got it a couple of months ago, and I've been using this one, like, every day, basically. It's a Touch Bar MacBook Pro. It has a 500 GB SSD, 16 gigs of RAM, and It was made in 2017, and it's in mint condition, but 0 scratches like anywhere. So that's my best laptop. I'll move that to the side. Then I have my Lenovo ThinkPad X220. It's a pretty decent laptop, but it's kind of old. It does work. And it runs on Windows 7 and has a Core i5. This one is charged, I think. It works, just trust me. Then I have a Lenovo ThinkPad T400. This one also works perfectly. It's really old. It's on Windows Vista. It has an Intel Centrino. And it works. You can... Like this one also works, just trust me on that. And this laptop is in mint condition, has no issues. Then there's my little Acer I found a couple days ago. It's like a little Acer Aspire 1 netbook. It does work. And just like watch my video on this. And the video that I put in this, like this laptop is from Tech Hall number 4. So yes, a pretty decent laptop. I still haven't got it to work perfectly. I have to like replace the hard drive on it, but after that it's gonna work perfectly. Just a little netbook. Then here's my Chromebook. I got this in a trade at school. And I traded a pair of headphones for this thing. And here it is. And yeah, that's my Chromebook. It does work. It's probably dead now. Then I have this HP. I got it from my friend for a pair of headphones also. It has a Core M3. Oh no. 8 gigs of RAM, and is a pretty decent laptop. And it's also a 2-in-1, so you can do that. And I made a whole video about this like a really long time ago, like 5 months ago. And then I have my Asus laptop. I found this one in Tech Hall number 1. Sadly, it does not work. I bought a charger for it and tested it. And the only thing it did was just show a couple lights down there. And it didn't really do anything else, which kind of sucks. But it's fine for a free laptop. I'll probably just throw this back in the bin since it's broken. And my last laptop, I have 2 more actually, is my X1 Carbon. This is my best Windows laptop. It's a really good laptop. I got this for free. It has a Core i7, 8 gigs of RAM, and just really good for free. It has a touchscreen and a good laptop. And I got this in Tech Hall number 5. Then my last laptop is my Acer laptop. This is like an Acer, I forgot a model number, but it is a decent Acer laptop. It is kind of old, but this used to be my main Windows laptop a couple months ago. Like before I got my MacBook Pro and before I got this thing. But this one does work perfectly. Now let's move on to other stuff like headphones, like PCs, I don't know, stuff like a bunch of headphones. I have like so many headphones. Here are my Bose Quiet Comfort 35s. These ones work perfectly. They're my main headphones I use with my MacBook Pro. I have Bose Quiet Comfort 20. These ones I got for free, and they're missing the little ear thing, but these ones do work. Like I use them sometimes, but not as much as my Quiet Comfort 35s. Then I have my Beats Studio ones. These ones do work, besides the foam is kind of worn off, but these do work perfectly. Then I have this headphone box. It's from Jabra. It's like the wrong thing. I have my broken Studio 3s, which I kind of fixed with tape. Like they snapped in half because I stepped on them, which is really sad. These are Beats Studio 3 wireless. They do work, but that's the only issue. Then I have my Beats EPs. I use these a lot for my iPods and stuff like that, since they do have since these ones do have the headphone jack. Also, there's this random micro USB cable. Just get rid of that thing. And Beats EP is pretty good. Then I have my Skullcandy H2 wireless. I got these for free. They have Windows 10 on it, so these probably came with a Windows 10 thing. And they do work, but they sound really bad. Like, these like sound horrible. Like, actually, just don't use these. These are just so bad. Then I have the free headphones I got. These are I got these in Tech Hall number 3. These are made by Loud. I have no idea how to say that thing, but they do work. They're pretty decent. Besides, the ear cups are kind of firm. And now move on to wireless headphones. I have a ton of these. Here are my Pixel Buds. I use these with my Google Pixel. They're really good. I paid $150 for these. My Galaxy Buds I got for free with my Galaxy S10 that I did sell since I never used it after I got my iPhone XS. These ones do work. They're pretty good. Then I have 2 pairs of AirPods. I can double flex on y'all. These ones are my AirPods 1. These ones do work, besides the left earbud is totally broken. These are my AirPods 2. I use these every day. And they're in mint condition, but no scratches anywhere. And I really like these headphones. And I bought these brand new. And these ones don't have the wireless charging case. So now let's just move on to PCs, like big PCs. So here are these two, and these are both really old. This one is from, I think this one is Windows 7. It has like, I think this one has 8 gigs of RAM, a terabyte SSD, not SSD, hard drive, sorry. And it has an Intel Core i7, like a really old one, and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 480, so it's pretty old. It's from like 2010. And this one, it's really, really old. This one runs Windows Vista or XP, I forgot. And it has a 250 gig hard drive, like 2 gigs of RAM, and an Intel Core, I think it's an Intel Core 2 Duo. And it has a DVD drive, and it's really old. And it even has a freaking floppy drive. This one's from like 2004. And then I had this one, it's the Optiplex 330. I got it from Value Village, and here's a Dell monitor. I'll just turn it on. And I got this from Value Village for $10. And it works perfectly with like no issue at all. Let's go ahead and turn it on. And like, sorry for my messy setup. I'm kind of in my room, and my room is really messy, so like sorry for that. And just press F1. And it does work, by the way. Windows 10. Yeah, this one does work. I'll just move on to some other stuff, I guess. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but if I have anything else, I'll just show it, like right after. This one's a PowerShot A450. It does not work, sadly. I got this for like, I have no idea where I got this. I've had this like forever. I think my parents might have bought this like a really long time ago, but this one does not work. I have this one. It's an Olympus. This one actually does work, I think. If I turn it on, it still have charge. Or, yeah, you can see it. Yeah, this one does work, as you can see. I'll turn it off for now. And it's a really old Olympus. And the weird thing about this camera is if I take off the thing, it uses really weird memory cards. These are smart media cards. I've never seen these before, but they're just really weird. Then I have this Olympus. It's missing the little plastic thing, so you can kind of see what's inside it. It's a film camera. This is my only film camera, and it's really cool. It's like a really retro old camera. And this one I think does work. Or I'm not sure, it might work. Probably works. Then I have this Canon EOS 20D. This one also does work. It's pretty old. I'll go ahead and turn it off. This one does work. And I got this in Tech Halls number 2 for free. Then my last camera is this Samsung security camera. This one also does work. I got this from like, I have no idea, like I have no idea where I got this thing also. Like I've had it forever and I've used it a little bit, but it's really bad. And like needs micro SD cards to work. And yeah, I'll just move on to smartwatches. So last these are my smartwatches. Here's my LG watch style. it works perfectly. My iPod Nano 6th generation, I paid $6 for this, works perfectly. My Gear S3 Frontier, I got from the Target bin, works perfectly. And my Apple Watch Series 4, which is my best smartwatch, I got it for my birthday this year. And it does work perfectly. Yeah, it does work. And all these are really good smartwatches. I definitely use my Apple Watch every day. So thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe down below, and peace out.